Weekly Creative Update.
Welcome to the show, another week in the books. Your favorite YouTuber is back. I'm here and you are there, let's go, 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 go. Carl makes Sundays great again.
Hello, and welcome to the show. Welcome to yet another episode of the Weekly Creative Update. This is episode number 108, I think. One day too late. Because that's what I'm gonna get into right now. But let me introduce myself first. My name is Carl and I'm an artist, and here on this show I share my life. As an artist, I shared last week what I've been doing, what I've been into, what I've been working on, and so on and so on. Just a little video diary to document the process of being an artist and what that is like in this day and age. As time capsule scored into the internet. But now let's get into it. What have I been working on? And that's what I wanted to say there in the beginning, but I had to introduce myself for the viewers out there who don't even know who I am. But recording this a day late. Sundays is the sessions, usual sessions where I'm putting out these videos and filming these videos. I'm doing it in one take, I'm doing it raw, and don't do any sort of editing at all because I want to be here and I want to be present. And while pressing on the record button, I try to be that. So I've been in the high coast of Sweden for 2 weeks. I got a grant, was there, did some sculptures, went out to nature and gathered inspiration because I'm going to come back there in a year to the art hall of Kramfors to do an exhibition. And the week after that, which was last week, I just had a chill period, a little relaxation, a little vacation sort of style going on there. So today, Monday today, is the first day where I'm back in the apartment, back in Malmö, Sweden, where I live, and back to work. Today was the first day of work here after some type of vacation, but I don't really see vacation and work. I see everything goes together as one. But a period where I haven't really done any artistic work in the last week, so to speak. But now I'm back here and I'm gonna start to make work because I have an exhibition coming up in Gothenburg, also in Sweden. Maybe 3 hours from here in the end of October. So I'm going to try to start to make some works towards that this week. But today has been a lot of admin stuff coming up because I have to fix that sort of stuff, the money stuff with the budgeting and what do you even call that when you're putting in what you have, when you save your receipt and putting in it, so some sort of accountant sort of stuff has been going on. And also I booked plane tickets and some Airbnb nights in Austria, in Vienna, because I got a grant to go there, so I had to book those things, and I did it today, which feels nice. All those sort of small stuff has been going on. With you just have to tick off those boxes sometimes. It isn't specific fun, but it's necessary. I've been editing some photos, gonna be continuing on with that from the high coast of Sweden. I put out some on Instagram today. I haven't been in on Instagram for 3 weeks now. Nice little break from there, but I want to maybe go in 2-3 times a week, maybe 10 to 50 minutes, putting an alarm because it's addictive, and it's especially addicting for me. So I try to stay off that sort of stuff. Trying at least, but YouTube has been taking over that addiction, so I have to stop that as well. I'm after this also, I've been talking about it earlier. I want to learn new stuff because learning new stuff is the best feeling, and I want to learn to play the flute. I've been talking about it earlier, but I want to do it inspired by the flute album of Andre 3000, but also now I rewatched Kill Bill, and in Kill Bill 2, Bill, he's playing the flute there in some scene. Some crazy person. Bill is playing the flute. And the flute is nice, and I want to learn it, and you can learn everything off the internet and from YouTube. Then I can have a nice thing, so I can watch YouTube and learn to play the flute. and stop with the doom scrolling, the brain frying sort of stuff. But that is it. I'm trying to get into a new rhythm, trying to get into a new routine now when getting back here, setting up, starting the work, doing the boring stuff first, eating the frog, doing what needs to be done. Now I have some admin stuff left today, have to some grants that I need to report that I've done the work and sending in those kind of stuff, and just have to do that. So we'll be doing that, and then later in this week I can hopefully get to some physical working in the workshop, and maybe in the next episode I can show you some work that I have done. Not much showing of works today, but hopefully next week I can show you some new things. I have a lot of work sketched out for this exhibition coming up, so it will be fun. I just have to see how I will produce them. Have been going back and forth in my head, might jump into the computer, sketch a bit up there, and we'll see what there will leads. But that's it for working on, because I haven't really been working on. But next to the next thing, and the next thing is the self-promotion. Self-promotion.
There is, however, a desire to get power in order to use it for good. If you've got power, you've got to use it for the good. For the good. For the good. For the good.
And you have to do that kind of stuff, because the more eyes you get on your work, the more opportunities you will be able to get out there, networking and sort of that stuff. But guys, I have a newsletter, monthly creative update, which has been on pause since the end of February, but it's coming up also later this week or on Sunday. On Sunday, I'm releasing the first newsletter in maybe 5 or 6 months. Great stuff. Sign up there because it's a lovely little newsletter and I think you will like it. And the next thing is a short little promotion for CCVCC, Creative Carl with Carl and Company. It's a call. It's a session. We get into a little discussion about art, about what it's like to be an artist in these days. I've had some sessions, but I want to do some more sessions because it's fun. It's fun to getting to know new people. So if you're interested in that sort of stuff, also check the link down below and check it out. But don't feel forced to. I don't want to force anyone. And now to the next thing. The weekly question. And the weekly question coming in this week is from an old-time favorite viewer here on the show. It's from Janka. And she has sent in a question to me to answer. Let's just see if I can find it. Here we probably have it. Hi Carl, so nice to see you in a residency. Oh, thank you very much. That was nice, and I also will, on that point, I also will be going to 2. I have 3 more residencies this year planned out. 1 2 weeks, and the other 2 1 week. My weekly questions. What is your relationship to the unknown or the uncertain? I think, especially as an artist, one has to master the relationship with the unknown and release the fear of it in order to function as an artist in our society. I am interested in how you see it. Did you have to learn to trust the process somehow, or was it always natural to you? How do you manage to release control as an artist in existential topics, for example, money, bureaucracy, I don't know how to say that, etc. Yeah, interesting question. Really interesting question. I'm thinking about it all of the time, because if some of you out there might think you have control, but the realization that I have come to is that we have no control. We have no control of anything, and therefore we cannot control anything, because we can just trust what is going to happen. It's going to happen. That's been a long journey, because I've not always trusted the process. I've not always been thinking about it in that way, but it's interesting, because the more you release and the more you don't have any expectations of things, you just go about your day, you just trying to have a nice time, and trying to worry less. I'm trying to worry less, and it comes back to that being more here in the present moment, because what's happened has already happened, and what is in the future we cannot control over, and what is here and now, we can only be here now, and we can only respond. We can only control our response to certain things that is happening around us, and those things are happening at this specific moment. But I'm trying to learn that all of the time now. I'm trying to be better at that, and I find it interesting to not know what's to come, and try to embrace that. It can be a hard thing, but I think if you just learn it, or if you just try to see it in a new perspective, it becomes really enjoyable. Life is like a game, or like a movie that you've never seen before. You don't know what's going to happen, because if you knew, then it wouldn't be fun. And that's why I don't have a normal job. That's why I want to be an artist, because I like the uncertainty of things. Because if for example, I have an education as an architect. If I were to go into an architectural office and work there, I would kind of know to a certain degree what my stages in the company or what my role were to be there. And that's not fun to me. It's fun to just have some month ahead, knowing what you're going to do, and then believe that whatever happened is going to happen, and whatever happened is meant to happen. And I believe in that if you're just doing something, then the next thing will come. So I'm trying to embrace uncertainty and the unknown as much as possible, even if it can be hard in all kinds of things. Take, for example, you said about money. I'm living to 95% now. My income is through grants, and I'm hoping to get some more maybe public artworks, or some more stable money, or more money through my work, and maybe some missions that can get paid. But I believe it's sort of an extreme sport. Me and my friend talked about it. Living as an artist is sort of an extreme sport, because you don't really, it's uncertainty with this money thing, and that's maybe worrisome for some people. But I believe if you just do whatever you want to do and do it well, you're gonna solve it, because it's just a matter of problem solving, this money kind of thing. So you will have the money if you actually want to have it, or I don't even know if that makes sense. But if you just believe in it, I think it will happen. Just follow your dreams, just follow what you want to do, and hopefully the money will come alongside with that, because people will see that you're burning passion for it, maybe, and then the money will come. But I kind of like not knowing if I will have money next week to eat dinner or lunch or breakfast or whatever, because it's kind of thrilling to me, and it kind of the fire lights within me with not knowing, with the uncertainty kind of thing with money and stuff. But I think it's in all things in life, you have to embrace that you don't have no control over anything. You can only control what you're doing, and everything else is not in your control. You can only control how you respond to that, and that is interesting in that. And that is also a skill that you have to practice all of the time, and it's really hard. It's easier said than done. It's easier to sit and talk about this, but it's all come down to practice it in real life, in all sorts of situations. If something happened that you doesn't feel good about, and you don't want it to be that way, you will just have to embrace that and see it as practice, and say, this was meant to be, and whatever happened next, these things will just be a little sidetrack or a little side story until what's going to happen next. And just believe that everything happens, even if you don't like it, even if it's not nice at the moment. That's just a part of the story that is being written about you and your life and the path that you're on. So just embracing everything, not just the good things, and try to do it with the bad things as well. Otherwise the good things won't feel as good, I believe. So trying to embrace that in all sorts of way in life. And guys, just practice. If something bad happens, if you drop an egg, or if something happens to your artwork while being shipped, see it as a practice. That it was meant to be, it was meant to happen, and try to control what you are doing afterwards. And see everything in life as a practice, because none of us has never been here before. It's our first time, so everything is practice. And if you practice something long enough, you will get good at it. So hopefully you can get good at embracing the unknown and be curious about it. I'm trying to be that as well with everything, trying to practice, but it's hard. But hopefully we can do it together. Maybe that answered the questions in some sort of way. Let's move on to the wise words. And the wise words for this week I wrote down. It's going together with the last thing, so I don't maybe have to say so much about it. Flow with the river of life and art. And that comes back to it, to just embracing whatever happens and trying to make the best out of it. And not trying to force anything. You don't just go with the flow. Go with the flow and see where it leads you, and try this. Come back to what I've been talking about lately also, is trying to be as open as possible, open to change, going with the flow, because you might think that you have a certain direction, then something came up and you might want to grab onto that. Wait a second, I will pause here and come back. And flow with the river of life. And don't try to force it, and trying to be open to whatever comes at you is meant to be. Everything comes back to it, to the things that I talked about in the question. And when you're doing that, I think life becomes much more enjoyable and life becomes much more interesting. Because when you go with the flow, as I said earlier, but I'm going to repeat myself because it's important, if you just keep doing something. I know some of you out there may be having a hard time doing some creative things, or you're maybe procrastinating, or maybe waiting for the inspiration to strike. But I believe if you just do a little project or a little thing, that will lead into a next thing, because things will start to open up in your brain, and you will see new pathways. And you will get interested, and you will get better at getting better at creating art. And if you see that path, then just do a little thing that will lead to another thing, and that will lead to another thing, and lead to another thing. So just never don't stop, and just flow in the river of the art and life. And that's great. That's what I will end on now. Now I will do a little dance and sign out, and hopefully in the next episode I can show you a little more of my work. Till then, see you.
I'm signing out with a song. This is an outro. I love you.